Friends, today we are going to discuss a topic that no one talks about. It's stress, the harsh reality of IT Indian jobs. So, according to latest survey by ADP Research Institute, 76% of Indian workers feel that stress is affecting their productivity. Friends, my name is Sunan. I am a senior consultant and welcome to our channel CareersTalk. Friends, if you are new here, please subscribe, and if you find this session useful, we'll really appreciate if you hit that like button. And to discuss this sensitive topic, we have with us today Smriti Srivastava. She has been working in IT industry for 17 years and is currently a project manager at a reputed MNC. And she's also a founder of Life Leader Club, where she conducts lot of stress management workshop for IT people and for students. So welcome, Smriti. Thank you for giving your time today, Smriti.
Hi, everyone, and thank you so much, Sunand. And I think you hit the nail at the right point. It was a very important topic that we usually don't touch upon and don't talk about it, and it's sensitive. And thank you so much. I am totally, very happy to be part of this and share my insights with everyone.
Great, great. Thank you, Smriti. Okay, so I have four questions for you. The very first one is like we keep on hearing about stress in IT industry. So, what is it according to you? And the second one is like, what are the three common stressors which you find in IT industry? Like whatever you, if you can share some insight. And the third one is, how do we identify like if we are under stress? Like most of the people in IT industry, even they are not even aware about that they are under stress. So what are few symptoms or parameters when you say that okay, now this is something really stressful? And the last one, which is very important, like what are the some solutions that we can work on? That's very important for our audience. So yeah, Smriti, over to you. Floor's yours. Please go ahead.
Of course. Thank you so much, Sunand. I will try to capture the very important points over here in these four questions that you have asked me. Though this is a very vast topic, and basically it's not only related to IT, it is something that touches our human essence, and it doesn't changes from the core to what we do right now. So I'm going to start over here with something which is more relevant. Why in stress in the IT industry? So I think we all need to understand that IT has evolved over last couple of years, 30 to 40 years, and the growth has been like this. It's been a boomerang. So if you've all heard that quote, speed thrills but kills. So that is basically what is happening with IT. The stress is coming from the high demands, the rapid changes that are happening in the technological field, and tight deadlines. Basically, something, if you imagine, if we go back 20 years down the line when we started working a project, something that we were supposed to deliver in 6 months, that is probably 4 weeks now. So if something is squeezed in, so the pressure automatically increases. So it's basically the same phenomena. The science and the logic and the mathematics doesn't change. So that's what is causing stress over here. And plus, we are working against our time clocks in a global environment. That's also one big challenge, and that's what's contributing to the stress, because human being, whatever you say it is, ultimately we are a species, right? And we are aligned to work as per the sun. But when that ticks off, the stress ticks in. So that's what I would say. The speed, the technological changes, the human brain needs to cope ahead with it, and needs to establish that new ability of handle that kind of speed and to attain the deadlines. That what is basically constituting to the stress.
Thank you, Smriti. Okay, and what according to you are like most common stress?
Many, yes, but the three common stresses that I would basically take on, considering the Indian geography that you mentioned, was one is, of course, the rapid technological changes that are happening, right? So you have to just keep on learning. Now when the evolution, you take it as an evolutionary phenomena. If someone is at a younger age, your pace of learning is like this, okay, because you're mentally prepared for learning at that. But the same thing, but however, the speed of technology is not reducing, it's only accelerating. So to keep abreast with the technology, that's one, keeping pace with those changes. Second, I would say, is the job insecurity, which is causing a lot of stress. And the third one, a major contributor, that is discussed across. I don't know how far it's implemented, but it's about the work life balance. So, three major contributors: rapid technological changes, job insecurities, and work life balance, in my opinion.
And how anyone can know, identify, like if we are under stress.
I think it's very visible. I think the point is that when we start observing, I would request anyone who's watching over here, maybe you're in a scenario like Sunand rightly pointed out. How do you need to identify the stress? See, that's the starting point. Once you identify, you start working towards the solution. If you don't even know, so you're in no man's land. How do you start working towards it? So very good question, and it's very important. See, what I would say is the impact starts with emotional, and then it comes to the physical level. So the impacts, I mean, that you can identify that you're under stress are, if you go about the emotional signs, they could be anxiety, depression, feeling of frustration, not being able to achieve. When you say frustrated, I want to do something, but I'm not, or you feel caged, or feeling overwhelmed. See, I'll tell you, stress is not only a bad thing, right? Stress in right circumstances is a motivator as well. So you need to be able to define that, is this particular stress motivating you? Something that is motivating you is not a stress that would want to let you off. It's pushing you through something. Feeling of overwhelmness, then there are definitely emotional factors. And if you do not address these emotional factors, then finally you'll have physical symptoms that are very visible, that probably you might already have, but you're not relating it to the stress. And they could be like headaches, having fits, disturbance, gastrointestinal issues, having a feeling of migraines. So these are the very physical symptoms come. I mean, if you can relate to this, these are actually symptoms of stress not being addressed.
So thank you. And the important one, solution, like how we can get out of this stress.
Absolutely. So I think we should take it one by one. Since we touched on only 3 points over here, we talked about 3 points. We talked about technological changes, we talked about job insecurity, and we talked about work life balance. So the first one I would like to pick over here is the technological changes. See, technology is over here to say, so we should consider it as an evolution. We are at this particular stage. So right now we are not going down. So first thing is acceptance. The first solution is acceptance. This is there to stay, and it is going to rise until unless something happens and someone realizes, no, man, it is good to go back to the roots. Until as see, there's a point, until as you don't reach that point, it's going to stay over there at the height. And still the AI has just come in into the market, and I don't know what peaks it will go to. So the technological changes, if you are see, one definition of stress that I want you all to remember is, stress is something when you do not address something in a timely manner. Please note it down. I'll repeat it. Stress is something when something is not addressed in a timely manner. If you get up early in the morning, you brush your teeth in the time. If you get ready in the morning, you have ample time to do your work. But similarly, if you're late by 2 hours a day, the stress keeps building up. Similarly, if you know in IT industry, the technological changes are coming in. So if you are not prepared for it, if you're not upskilling yourself, it is going to add to your stress. Cope up with these problems is the only ways to upskill yourself and identify that what is your core interest into. I understand in the initial years probably you might not have that acumen to understand, which is fine. See, everyone has a learning phase again, that you need to accept that I need to go through this, because until as you haven't spent 3-4 years in the industry, you won't basically identify just out of college that, okay, this is I'm good at, or this is what I need to do it. For example, a person going ahead into operations might feel, no, I think I'm better at a particular other skill, but you only get that information after serving the industry of 2-3 years. So give yourself that time. First thing, give yourself that time. Everyone has to learn. You have just come out of the college, you need to give yourself that time to learn, and then start upskilling yourself. The second very important point is, you need to define your career path. You need to write it down. See, writing is I mean, we cannot let it be notepads, let it be whatever generation of IT you come in. The power of a pen and a paper cannot be erased ever. Note down your career path. When you note it down, it kind of affirms your career path, and then you start working towards it. You know what is the path. Third thing, speak to your leads and manager about it, so they're clear, and I tell you, they're appreciated. The major region of stress is we are just thinking ourselves, this is what I want to do, but you're not speaking it out. No one knows about it, my dear friends. So you need to note it down, upskill yourself with your technologies, and make your career aspirations clear, at least for the first 3 years, and you all can do it. We all have a vision to think of about at least 5 years ahead in advance. So that's what a vision is, kind. But make it in a paper. Trust me, it will work. You in imagination, then it's just a dream. Once you put it in a paper, then it's a vision that you see on your companies, right? This is the vision statement of the company. So make a habit of writing it. So that's one thing about technological changes that I would say. Then the other important point is job insecurity. So the first very important thing I would say over here, just a statement if you want to note down, you cannot shy away. You cannot shy away. This is the era of communication. This is the era of IT. This is the communication. This is the era to show yourself, right? So if you feel, it's not about feeling, the job insecurity can come in, and take it as a situation in your life which can happen. It's not something bad or something good. It's a situation which can come in anyone's life, right? So how do you deal with it? Once you know the path to deal with it, it's just a new situation. It came in your life and went away. But what do you need to plan for it? You can be well planned by, of course, upskilling yourself. Second very important point is networking. Do not shy away from networking. Speak to your people, many people around you. Speak to your friends in your company, outside your company, in different various fields. You can't be stuck to one field in today's generation, right? So there are multiple fields that you can explore, and you will eventually find them out once you are in industry for 3 to 5 years. Networking is very important. You don't know where the help comes from, where the opportunity is coming up. But if you didn't try, the opportunity never showed up. So one important practical tip, go ahead and maintain your LinkedIn profile if you've not done it yet. You have to be abreast on that. You have to showcase yourself. Do you know that quote, right? I mean, whatever is seen is that's what sells, right? And it's not something good or bad. Consider me as a manager at a good position, and I want to recruit someone, right? And if I don't have a good profile in front of me, or someone in my team is not coming in front of me again and again and telling me that this is what I'm doing, obviously I recognize the person who's in front of me all the time rather than the person who's not in front of me all the time. Maybe he's doing good work, then that's okay. That is absolutely fine. But I see more what is visible. Go ahead and maintain your LinkedIn profiles. Make sure that you post relevant information on it. Keep updated. Follow the kind of work that you want to do. So you need to have a strong online presence. And then the third thing I would say is that if you receive an feedback, analyze it and start working. Stress in job insecurities, no stress if you start actioning this. These are then your pathways to success. Fourth, last very important point, plan for your finances, which we don't talk about. Financial planning is a very good aspect. We might be very good technically. We'll go ahead and do multiple courses. We'll upskill ourselves. We'll do networking. We'll do blah, 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 blah. What about the finances? Ever thought about speaking to a chartered accountant, getting your balance sheet prepared, seeing that, okay, if I want to upskill myself, maybe I have to leave this job. I need to join a 6 months course. How do I manage for that money? You do that now. And believe me, once your finances are secured, your stress is at 50% level. So
Absolutely.
I think those were my quick takeaways for how you can handle job insecurities.
Absolutely, Smriti. I just want to add one line over here that nowadays, like, if of course, like, most of the people are having loans and all those stuff. So if it's been said, like, if you have your 3 to 6 months contingency balance in your in your bank, that's really helpful, because nowadays no one knows, even if you're working in some big IT companies or product-based companies, layoffs are the part of now life. So do not feel ashamed about it. People, I saw, like, I got messages that do not put my name over there or something like that, but that's okay. It's a very normal nowadays. So don't feel ashamed. This is nothing which you have done, but still it's like a taboo. Like if someone is get laid off in India, still like. So don't be ashamed about it. And then yes, take care of your finance. At least you should have 3 to 6 months of whatever the mean necessary bills which you have to pay. That much of amount you should have in your bank as a contingency, as a backup. So yes, I think we are good, Smriti. Friends, we just want to a quick session, and we don't want to elaborate it because big topic altogether. So we will have more sessions with Smriti in future for sure. So thank you, Smriti, for sharing your experience with all of us. It's really wonderful. And friends, before we finish, please show your support by liking this video and subscribe to our channel. And by doing that, you will be stay updated with the latest industry tips, interviews, and career advice. So until next time, take care, stay inspired, and keep achieving great things. This is Sunan Sharma signing off. Thank you, Smriti. Thanks, everyone.